I was looking at my craft supplies and I see that I have a lot of blue and a lot of snowflakes and a lot of mesh left. So what I was going to do is I'm going to take one of these, and what this is just a top for one of those little containers, like when you make food and you can pack it up. I'm going to draw a circle on there with a circle object. I'm going to then cut a hole where that is, so I can have that as like a base of the wreath. And I'm going to use some mesh here to make the wreath. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to use all these ribbons and all these snowflakes, but I definitely am going to use a set of lights. I'm going to feed it through the mesh that I got at the dollar store. Everything here is the dollar store product except for the lids for the containers. So I'm going to cut the hole out of that and I'll bring it back. What we're going to do with the mesh is we're just going to take it and we're going to grab it at the bottom. You're going to pull it together just like that. And we're going to take a piece of pipe cleaner, silver preferably, because it'll blend in better with the silver background of the meal cover. And we're just going to tie that just like that. That way when we go to glue it onto the cardboard, we have somewhere to glue it instead of the mesh. So I'm just going to wait for the glue gun to heat up and I'll bring it right back. Once you have the pipe cleaner wrapped around the edges, you can cut off the excess like I did right there. So we're just waiting for the glue gun to heat up. Then we're going to put a strip right here. Let's see if it's heated up enough. Yep. And we're now going to attach where the silver part is of the mesh. Right to there. So we're just going to leave that dry and I'll bring it back once it's dry. We have a few of the loops on, and as you can see I'm just collecting the material right here. Then I tie the pipe cleaner around it and then I shape a bow, and then after I shape it I glue it down. Like right there is where I'd glue the next one. And then continue on. So basically all you do is you gather up the material, and you want to make sure that it's not overlapping too much because you don't want it to be all wrinkly for when you make your next bow. And then you use this, and I find using the silver pipe cleaner helps better with the disguising it, just because there's silver throughout and the base is silver. So there we have that little loop. So I'm just going to paste that right there, or glue it. Right there. So I'm just going to hold that down until it dries. So I'm just going to continue to put the loops on. Once I have them all around, I will bring you back. We now have all the way around our circle done. As you can see, that's what it looks like on the back. So what we're going to do now is I have more of these lights here from the dollar store, and I'm going to feed these through. Now these ones are multicolored, as you can see, but I'm going to feed them through the tube, the mesh tubing. So once I have them fed through there, I'm going to bring you back. Once we get the lights fed down through the mesh, we're just going to take a little dot of glue, and we're just going to attach the mesh to the battery pack there. And that's just where it doesn't come off. So as you can see, the lights look super cool when they're through the mesh. So once that dries, we're going to get ready to attach them. So I fed it through the mesh, and then after I fed it through, I bent this one right here because that's the last one. That way I can cut the tube right around here. So I'm going to cut the tube, and then we're going to attach it once I bring it back. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, what we're going to do is we're going to decide which way is the top and which way is the bottom. I think I'm going to go this way with the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach something to hang it up with, and this is going to be it. And I'm just going to twist that, drop a glue, let it dry, and then we're going to hang it up. Then we're going to start to just strum the lights. What we're going to do is we're now going to take our box, and right here I left a little hole to actually feed that in there. And the reason we want to feed it in there is because we don't want it hanging from the decoration, because there's no need of it. So we're just going to feed the part of the wire that doesn't have any light bulbs on it as well. That way it's easy access. We can just reach in, switch the switch, and then tuck it back in when we're done, because we just like it that way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it back on so we can see where the lights start. Perfect. And I'm going to feed the lights up through here. So you're going to put a little dab of glue right here. You're going to connect it right there, and you're going to hold it. Now, if you want, you can put snowflakes around where you dab your glue. That way it's easier to hold it to it. Or you can just hold it like that, which I'm going to do. I'm going to add my snowflakes afterwards. So then once I have the light there, I'm going to go around the bubble, go to the next indentation, do the same thing, and then all the way up through the decoration. And once I have all the lights fastened on, I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm just making some different size bows. I'm using some of this ribbon and some pipe cleaners, and I just make a circle. I guess I should show you right quick. So when I make my little bows, this is what I do. Now, they don't have to be perfect, they don't have to be, I just take a piece of ribbon and cut it. Then I take a bead of glue and lay it right there. Then I join the other side. Try to work quick because it is hot glue. And then you just seal it like that. Pull it really close together. And after a minute or two it will dry. And then I just take a piece of pipe cleaner and I just pull it in. Push it down. Wrap it around. And as you're going, you can shape it, and then you just twist this off. So I'm going to continue to make about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 bows if I have enough. I don't have very much more left, so probably whatever it allows me to make. I might make a couple out of this too. I have this ribbon. So I'm going to make a few bows and I'll bring you back. I want to show what it looks like so far. I had some extra cord after I fed it through. So I wanted to take that, and I'm going to put some bows, and I'm going to cover this up with some ribbon to make it look prettier. So this is what it looks like so far. So here's my bows that I've made. I made these bows. Oh, that one's stuck to the thing. And I made these bows. Now these ones are going to have some snowflakes on them, and I have different shapes and different color snowflakes. So I'm just going to get it ready, and then we'll be adding it on to our wreath. These are some of our bows that I have made. Pretty easy. I just put these snowflakes on them, just add a little bit of sparkle. So we're going to start adding them on to the wreath. Now you can add them on anywhere. I'm just going to apply some glue on the back right here, and then we're going to put our first one on. Careful not to burn yourself. So we're just going to add this one right here. So I'm just going to hold that until it dries. So I'm going to finish adding the rest of them, and I'll bring you back. Now I have our bows on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these little snowflakes and we're going to add some of those all over it. So once I have them glued on, I'll bring it back. So I just wanted to show that the wreath has its snowflakes, its bows, its lights, and I also put some bows on there. So like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.